अस्सलामु अलैकुम नाज़रीन मोहतरम। मैं मुंतहा शाह आपकी मेज़बान आपका तहे दिल से खैर मकदम करती हूँ द शेयर पेन्स ऑफिशियल की आज की अहम तकरीब पर। शर्जील,
Yes, she is Sharjeela.
Hello, ma'am.
हेलो बच्चे, हाउ आर यू?
Ma'am, I'm fine. How are you?
अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह, आई एम आल्सो फाइन। ओके, तो बताओ शर्जील, अपने बारे में कुछ बताओ। लेट्स स्टार्ट बाय इंट्रोड्यूसिंग योरसेल्फ, ओके?
Ma'am, okay, ma'am. Ma'am, my name is Sharjeela Hamid, and ma'am, I'm currently reading in Mentor's Modern Institute, Arwani, which is near Bijbehra. And ma'am, I have recently started this poetry. Ma'am, I have got this suddenly interest in it. Actually, inspiration is one of my teachers, that's Mr. Gauhar sir. He has inspired us towards this field, and we got suddenly interest in this field, and we started writing these poems.
हाउ सडन वाज इट, मतलब एकदम से कैसे हो गया? आपके गवर से इज ही अ राइटर टू?
Yes, ma'am, he is also a writer, and ma'am, he has written two great poems, and he also inspired us towards it, and we just started it. We thought just to try, and ma'am, he just arranged a competition, poetry competition in our school, and in that when we participated in that, we just got interest, ma'am, and our enthusiasm increased, and we just started poetry.
Okay, when was the
Yes,
first
ma'am.
time you wrote a poem? What was your age?
Ma'am, actually it was last year, and
Okay.
last year when I wrote the first poem.
So you have been writing since a year now, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So how many poems have
Ma'am,
you
but
written
due
now?
to the ma'am, I have not written many, but 3 to 4, because due to the studies, I just got distracted. I just had to focus on my studies more. That's why I didn't get time to focus in this field more. But ma'am, from this currently this contest which had been held in this Shared Pen official, I just means my enthusiasm increased more. I just thought along with the studies, I should that focus in this field too.
So
Yes,
don't you want to pursue a career in writing? So you are pursuing writing as a career or just as a hobby?
ma'am, I just want to again focus field, because ma'am, the most important thing for this is one's interest, one's enthusiasm. Ma'am, due to the studies, when it got distracted, I just left this field. But ma'am, currently I have again just got interest in this field, and I have means determined, no, I should focus in this field, that I have to also increase my enthusiasm in this field, and I should write more and more poems, increase my vocabulary, and I have to also build my career by this writing.
Okay. So do you get any personal classes for poetry or you are just writing it in the flow?
No, ma'am, not currently. We
Not
are just
currently. Do
writing
you want?
randomly, but last year, ma'am, last year we were getting classes for it. We had got some classes for it, and we just got to know something about it. But ma'am,
Sharjeel, and kindly tell me who was conducting the classes?
ma'am, yes, ma'am.
Who was conducting your poetry classes? कौन ले रहा था classes आपके?
Ma'am, that Mr. Gauhar sir is our teacher. He's our English teacher, but he's well in writing too. He writes two good poems, and he just told us about this field. Yes, ma'am.
Good afternoon, Saima ma'am. How are you?
Good afternoon, my dear. I'm good. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm good.
Heartfelt apologies.
Hello,
Ma'am,
ma'am.
ma'am, this is Sharjeel,
Good afternoon,
and
my dear. How are you?
as we know that we were going to have an interaction session with her. So whatever you
Yes.
want to ask about her journey, you can.
Yes. Thank you for the honor at first. Yes. So, my dear, honey, good name is
Hello, ma'am.
Sharjeela Hamid. If I'm. Hello, my dear. How are you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I'm
So your
fine,
good
ma'am.
name.
How are you?
I'm good, my dear. I'm good. So your good name is Sharjeela Hamid, is it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, my dear.
Okay,
So
ma'am.
in which standard you are currently?
Ma'am, I'm currently in 6th standard.
6th standard. Okay, fine. So it's quite impressive. At first, I want to congratulate you. It's quite impressive the way you are going through the things
Yes,
you are
ma'am.
writing. It's quite impressive. So, are you in this like from how many years, how many months, like that? What's the exact period you are into this thing?
Ma'am, from last year, I had written my first poem I wrote last year. Ma'am, we had just got some classes for it, which inspired me towards this field. So I just wrote my first poem last year. Ma'am, but
Mhm.
due to the studies, I just got distracted from this field and I just left. But ma'am, currently from this contest, it has again inspired me. And
Mhm.
I had just determined that I should focus more in this field. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, that's quite good. That's quite good. See, beta, I want to advise you some things, or I can say there are some requests as well. आपकी एज है ना अभी, it's quite tender age, fine. So do not rush when it comes to
Yes, ma'am.
publishing. The very first thing I want to talk about, fine. For example, you are going through the discourse, you are writing things, that's quite okay, that's a very good thing. But stay in touch until you gain that required, that desired level of experience. Okay, beta? Now you
Yes,
never
ma'am.
need to rush. Maybe there are people around you, they are like, you will get the tag of a published author as soon as possible. Maybe it's human nature, and at this tender age, I guess it's quite it can happen to kids like you. Even if I were
Yes,
at
ma'am.
this place, it may happen to me as well. We get lured, I can say, that getting a tag of a published author in at this very young age, you'll be the youngest published author, like that. My dear, do not ever rush. Gain that desired level of experience. For that purpose, you need to go through text, fine, you need to read books and stay in touch. Jitna ho sake, stay in touch. Apart from
Yes,
your book,
ma'am.
जो आपका formal है, fine, stay in touch with this. For that purpose, beta, I will like to suggest you few books. For example, I suggest you are a beginner, your age is quite tender. I suggest you Najwa Zebain, fine. Her poetry is quite, that's well understandable. You can comprehend it easily. Number first is going through the text. Number second is comprehension, fine. You need to comprehend the text. जो मैं पढ़ रही हूँ उसके बाद उसको समझना अच्छे से. And for example, I suggest you Najwa Zebain, I suggest you poems of Pablo Neruda, I suggest you these books of Rumi for beginners. For example, there's a little book, for example, little book, Rumi's Little Book of
Ma'am.
Life. ऐसी books, beta, note them down, you
Yes,
can
ma'am.
go through them. And whenever you find any such idea जो आपसे होता नहीं,
Ma'am,
you find even,
ma'am, your voice is not, ma'am, actually you're not audible.
what's wrong?
Ma'am, now it's fine.
Is it fine now?
It's fine. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, beta.
Ma'am,
So, mhm.
ma'am, you must have read my poem that the sunrise saw.
Yes, it's beautiful. That's what I'm talking about. That's quite beautiful.
Ma'am, I
That's
would
quite,
like to take some suggestions from you, ma'am. After reading that poem, what did you feel that in which means in which field should I improve? Means some suggestions from you so that I could improve my writing field.
yes, it's a very good thing. See, at first I felt that's a kind of beautiful portrayal of nature. Fine, you have portrayed some natural things quite beautifully, I can say, in that poem. And I can say it's good in its raw form. So you need to focus over some things in order to make it that ripe. Okay, you getting me? For that purpose, that's what I'm talking about. I'm going to give you some advices, some suggestions. Okay, my dear. So that will help you out, inshallah. For example, the very first thing that's quite
Yes, ma'am.
important in this is reading, going through the discourse. After that, it's comprehending it. After that, it's research. Research is fun, like my darling, it's quite fun when you are into this thing, writing. For example, any kind of idea, any kind of word strikes your mind, fine, then there are simply phones, devices are available everywhere in your home. Maybe you are not having, your parents are certainly having, your schoolmates are certainly having. So, and everybody, I guess, in this case is ready to help you. You can simply Google search. Simply, अगर आप कुछ नहीं कर सकते, you can simply Google search any kind of idea, any kind of word. And
Yes,
that's
ma'am.
the research, basic research for a kid like you. That's quite good. So ऐसे नहीं है बेटा कि any kind of idea strikes your mind, so you know it, you want to write. Definitely, of course, Do write what else you know, what else you feel, what else you love. But apart from that, my dear, research is very necessary. Fine, it's required. तो आपके जहन में कोई भी
Yes,
ऐसा आइडिया आता है, एनी सच वर्ड, एनी सच आइडिया, इस पे रिसर्च करें जरूर लिखने से पहले. दैट विल हेल्प यू, दैट विल लेट यू नो, गेन एक्सपीरियंस. नंबर फर्स्ट. नंबर सेकंड, जैसे मैंने आपसे ऑलरेडी आई मेंशन दैट कि नेवर रश इन थिंग्स. Fine. Published
yes,
author बनने के लिए never rush, never rush. For example, somebody tells you, give me your 10, 15 or 20 poems. Mostly that is happening nowadays, as you might be seeing at your own. That give me your
yes,
10 and 15 poems, like that you will be a youngest published author. No, do not do that until and unless you gain that desired level of experience. You gain that standard in your writing, because पढ़ने वाले फिर पढ़ते हैं. Fine, my dear. So far as your poem is concerned, it's, as I said, good in its raw form. And inshallah, after you keep on gaining that experience, इसमें आप reflect होगा वो experience. And not automatically, I can say, after going through this all levels of experience, I can say automatically wo experience that will be reflected in your words, in the way you write, in that style. Fine. Now one thing I can say,
yes,
uh, of course it's freestyle writing. I got that, it's freestyle writing. You're not maintaining any particular kind or particular form. Although it's freestyle writing, my dear, still take a bit care of this meter, that's the length, I can say. आप
yes,
word limit में कैसे करते हैं यूज, दूसरी लाइन में, तीसरी लाइन में, टेक केयर, स्टिल टेक केयर ऑफ द मीटर. Because freestyle is okay, but there must
yes,
be a difference in prose and poetry. That's why I want to make you understand.
yes,
Still, one must be capable to comprehend, one must be capable to see at the superficial level at least whether it is poetry, whether it's prose. So there must be a difference. माना freestyle है, still it must not be that free in style कि prose और poetry में कोई फर्क ही ना रहे. Okay बेटा, take care of this thing.
yes,
वो जो बुक्स आई सजेस्ट उन पे परवाह करें, उन्हें उन पे ध्यान दें. अपॉलॉजीज, उन पे ध्यान दें, आप वो पढ़ें. दे आर गोइंग टू कम यू हैंडी. एंड next thing, I was yeah, it's very important to maintain a journal. Yes, that's what I wanted to say. You're quite young, you have a lot of time with you, inshallah. So for that, I'm requesting you, rather I'm not just advising, I'm requesting you to maintain your own journal. And what's journal? Kind of diary, kind of planner. Fine, that's journal wherever you record the daily event,
yes, ma'am. I
daily.
am currently maintaining that.
Very good, very good. And inshallah, that will help you up to a great deal. So, maintaining daily happenings, events, even
Yes, ma'am.
neighbors, like that. Keep maintaining that journal. In short, you have to stay in touch. ऐसा नहीं है
Yes,
बेटा, you
ma'am.
wrote a poem and we all face, I can say, writer's block. अब नहीं होता, I am disinterested. मतलब उस बात का बहुत ख्याल रखें. You do not do that. I will like to advise you to stay in touch as much as possible. Then
Yes,
डेफिनेटली जो मैंने आपसे कहा, डू राइट
thank
व्हाट यू लव एंड नो, व्हाट यू लव एंड नो. बट उसके बाद जो मैंने बेटा कहा, रिसर्च काफी जरूरी है. गो फॉर न्यूज़पेपर्स, गो फॉर न्यूज़पेपर आर्टिकल्स. इवन आई विल लाइक टू एडवाइज यू कि अगर आपसे होता है, लाइक आर्टिकल राइटिंग इज अ वेरी वेरी गुड थिंग. यू गो फॉर आर्टिकल्स, बहुत सारे आर्टिकल्स रोजमर्रा के न्यूज़पेपर पढ़ें. उसके बाद आप खुद जाएं आर्टिकल्स में, आर्टिकल राइटिंग में. फाइन. Article writing is very very beneficial. So
Yes,
I
ma'am.
tell you, inshallah, it will help you, and I hope you will act upon this. Inshallah, I
Thank
hope.
you.
You're most welcome, my dear.
Yes, ma'am.
So
Thank you,
what's
ma'am.
the
Thank you
count of
so much.
poems?
Yes,
Currently, what's the count of poems that's with you? कितनी poems लिखी हैं आपने अब तक?
ma'am. I am not listening, ma'am. You are not audible.
What's wrong with this?
Sharjeel, am I audible?
Ma'am, actually, you are not audible. Ma'am, please, can
Am I
you
audible
repeat?
now?
Is ma'am audible now? Is it?
Yes, you're audible, Muntaha. It's
No,
totally
it's
good.
fine.
Okay, now
It's
it's fine.
fine.
Saima ma'am,
Yes,
you
ma'am, it's
continue.
fine. Yes.
Yes, my dear. So what's the count of poems? कितनी लिखी हैं आपने total में poems अब तक?
Ma'am, not many, but only 3 to 4, ma'am, because I just said that due to studies, I couldn't focus on this. But ma'am, as you
Mm-hmm.
have said that we always in touch with it, and so I will
Mm-hmm.
work in this field.
Yes, certainly. You need to be in touch with this. I can understand due to formal studies and all, it may be a bit hectic for you, but my dear, as much as possible, you need to stay in touch with this all fine. So, and the very important thing, as I said, you need to read books. You need to read books whenever you're free. Make it a habit. Wherever you go, carry your book in your tote bag, in your whatever, what you're carrying along with you, your purse, your bag, whatever. Carry your book with you. Even if you're sitting in a garden, carry your book with you. Make it a habit. It's like you, the way your pen is with you. So the way you breathe, it's a, I can say it's not possible to survive without that.
Yes,
Make it
ma'am.
a habit like that, that you feel that it's totally kind of impossible to survive without it. Reading, it must be kind of that habit.
Yes.
So I hope you act upon this, inshallah. It will benefit you greatly, inshallah.
Thank you, ma'am.
And I think it's a kind of
Yes, ma'am.
hypocrisy if
Thank
we
you
say,
so much.
we do not read books, then how is it possible some next one? How can we expect somebody will read our books, isn't it?
Thank you so
Yes,
much,
ma'am.
Saima ma'am. Sharjeela, can you please call upon your other friends who are into writing? वहाँ पे कोई और बच्चे ऐसे हैं जो राइटिंग में हैं इंटरेस्टेड?
Yes, ma'am. They are also interested in this field. Ma'am, please
Kindly ask
ask
them to
them.
introduce. अस्सलाम वालेकुम बच्चों, कैसे हैं?
Assalamu alaikum. Hello.
वालेकुम
Hello,
अस्सलाम.
ma'am.
Hello. Kindly introduce yourself,
Are you
बच्चों.
fine, ma'am?
Alhamdulillah, I'm very much fine. How are you?
My name is Noor and I'm studying in the school Mendes Modern Institute in the same school where Sharjeela studies. And I'm currently studying in class 6. And I was interested in poetry and I think that time I was in 4th. I just suddenly wrote a poem. I didn't know that it was as I didn't know that I can do it. I just randomly wrote it, and then I got more interested in it. And then teachers encouraged me, my parents encouraged me, and then sir gave us some classes, and then I started that. Azma.
It's really amazing to know that parents are supporting children like you. क्योंकि मैक्सिमम स्टूडेंट्स क्योंकि मैक्सिमम स्टूडेंट्स का यही दिक्कत आती है that they don't get any support from their homes. So it's really,
Exactly.
really, I'm really surprised and I'm very happy to know about it. Next,
Please.
Bachchi, introduce yourself.
Ma'am, my name is Asma Ashik and I am reading in Mentors Modern Institute Arwani, which is near Bijbehra. And I am studying class 6. Ma'am, I got suddenly the idea of writing poems when Sir told about it and we got class talks about it. Teachers also encouraged as well as my parents. So I started writing the poems.
ओके, माशाल्लाह माशाल्लाह. तो अगर मैं आप लोगों से जानने की कोशिश करूं कि पेरेंट्स के और टीचर्स की तरफ से जो आपको सपोर्ट मिल रहा है वो कुछ हद तक ठीक है. मुझे पता है स्कूल आपकी तरफ से स्कूल आपकी राइटिंग को कैसे इंस्पायर कर रहा है और कैसे सपोर्ट कर रहा है. वेट अ मिनट, वी आर हैविंग अनदर राइटर. काइंडली इंट्रोड्यूस योरसेल्फ.
Assalamu alaikum, ma'am.
वालेकुम अस्सलाम. हाउ आर यू?
How are you, ma'am?
Alhamdulillah, I'm also fine. So you are in which standard?
Ma'am, I'm Sabhat Saida and I'm the classmate of Sharjeela Hamid. We are friends and when she wrote a poem, I also got an idea of writing a poem. And I was seeing many songs and poems from the YouTube and from the net. And I was very good to my
Okay,
parents
that's
and they
really
also encouraged me to write.
that's really good. So I was asking you that school की तरफ से आपको कैसा support मिल रहा है when it comes to writing?
Ma'am, teachers also focus on on our talent, just like they focus on our studies. We are given poems classes. Like last year, they gave us classes about poems. They taught us the rules. They taught us the types of poems and many poems. and they taught us how to understand a poem. And they also taught us the point that no one better than the poet can understand a poem better than the poet. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, do we have some more writers?
Ma'am, here is one.
Okay, there's one more. Go ahead.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam. How are you?
I'm fine, ma'am. My name is Sharjeela Hamid, and I'm from class 9th. I'm living in Mentor's Model Trust School. And my idea about writing the poems is that I was mostly reading the poems, but once I thought that if I am reading these poems, why I couldn't write these, so I started to write these poems.
Okay. Do we have some more writers, or this is the only clan we have here?
No, ma'am. Currently, only these are.
Okay, so it's really surprising to see that एक ही स्कूल से इतने talented writers हम लोग को इंशाल्लाह मिलने वाले हैं. तो मैम आपने एक चीज नोटिस की that all of them are females और इतनी कम उम्र में ही they are writing in such a marvelous that's मतलब beyond my imagination. कि इतनी कम उम्र में ही they are writing so well. अभी सिर्फ शर्जीला का I have gone through her poems. I don't know बाकी बच्चियां कितना खूबसूरत लिखती हैं और आगे चल के वो अपने हुनर को कितना ज्यादा और तराश के कितना ज्यादा अच्छा लिखेंगी.
सही बात है. एंड फॉर दिस पर्पस आई गेस इनके स्कूल को काफी ज्यादा सपोर्ट करना चाहिए इन्हें, बिकॉज एट सच अ टेंडर एज, जबकि मोस्टली फीमेल बच्चियों के जहन में काफी सारी चीजें होती हैं. तो यहाँ से एज भी ऐसी है, बढ़ती उम्र है, आगे टीनेज है इनकी माशाल्लाह से. सो देयर आर लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स. एक स्ट्राइफ, एज स्टैनली हॉल सेज, इट्स अ पीरियड ऑफ स्ट्राइफ एंड स्ट्रेन. तो वैसे करके काफी सपोर्ट इन्हें चाहिए, मॉरल सपोर्ट चाहिए इस चीज में. घर से ज्यादा स्कूल दे सकता है, बिकॉज इट्स मोस्ट दिन का जो हिस्सा है, मोस्ट ऑफ पार्ट ऑफ द टाइम वो ये स्कूल पे गुजारते
स्कूल
हैं.
में बिताते हैं जी.
एग्जैक्टली. तो ये उम्र ही ऐसी है, सीखने की भी उम्र है माशाल्लाह से. तो यहाँ पे आई रिक्वेस्ट द अथॉरिटीज ऑफ स्कूल कि वो इन्हें जो भी इनकी मतलब ये कर सके, इनकी मदद जो भी कर सकती, टू नर्चर दियर क्रिएटिविटी. बिकॉज माशाल्लाह से इनका क्रिएटिविटी का जो क्वेश्चन है काफी आगे मुझे दिख रहा है. तो इसे जितना ही नर्चर कर सकते हैं तो इंशाल्लाह दैट विल डेफिनेटली बेनिफिट द सोसाइटी इंशाल्लाह.
जी मैम. So thank you so much for being with us, and Sharjeela, you are doing a marvelous job. Keep it up and keep writing, and congratulations for being the second runner-up. I forgot to congratulate you. I was not having your personal contact. Otherwise, I would have contacted you personally. और मैं आपको अलग से एक personal मुबारकबादी देती. So Bilal sir, thank you for having us और थोड़ा बहुत वक्त निकालने के लिए हम लोगों के लिए, and you are doing marvelous job by supporting these young writers. Thank you Saima ma'am for being on board and always for your endless support. चलिए.
Thank you for my dear. Because as an organization, Thesharedpenofficial, I wholeheartedly congratulate and wholeheartedly thank the whole team of the Thesharedpenofficial. The way they are doing things, the way they are creating these things, appreciate to notes, as I said earlier, the platform, the way they are working. It's quite marvelous. It's quite marvelous.
I'm telling that she has written in Urdu some poems.
Urdu, that's better.
That is very much better. क्योंकि उर्दू में और कश्मीरी में लिखना.
Can we send that also?
Yes sir. You can send us their individual poems and we will be featuring it on our page. इंशाल्लाह हम इन्हें फीचर जरूर करेंगे. हौसला अफजाई करना हमारा काम है. तो yes, it will be an honor to feature these. Yes ma'am. So thank you all of you for being with me. Okay. चले फिर खुदा हाफिज. I'm ending this meeting.
Okay, thank you once again.
Okay, thank you.